All right, ladies and gentlemen, fourth turning. Today, some private thoughts with me. Love you guys. Beautiful day out today. I just saw actually a bunch of buck right out here. A bunch of little baby deer. We actually have a lot of them. They're access deer. They were brought to the island years and years ago. And so I'm out on a little hike, although it looks like we had some kind of fire or something here, which I do not recognize. Must have just happened. The fourth turning, a series of events, the agenda leading up to 2030. They took down the Georgia Guidestones for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. It was a symbol. They no longer need to tell you that they're getting rid of 9 out of every 10 people. At least that's what the Guidestones did say. They said they're taking us down to 500 million total population, if it's to be believed, worldwide. And they demolished it. They got rid of it because they don't need it anymore. And so let's talk about the fourth turning. This was a book that some of you may or may not have read. It was published, I believe, in 1997, if I remember correctly. One of the authors, I think, is no longer with us. I think he passed. And the other author, last name, could be screwing this up, but I think it's Howe, if I'm correct on that, is still alive today. And I was watching a piece, I'll put a link in the description, with Tony Robbins out in Fiji. And they were talking about the fourth turning. So what did this book talk about? Well, basically, it predicted a lot of the events currently happening in the world. Hyperinflation, like the houses you see behind me, Island Project, more updates on that soon. Well, can't talk about it, but you know what happened over the last couple years regarding the restrictions and the lockdowns and all the fear over your body, okay, in multiple ways, predicted that. And then talks about the cycles of life as if, you know, things happen in seasons, right? There's a cyclicality to everything. So for the human body, there's a cycle. There's a spring, there's a summer, there's a winter, etc. And he's also talking about this from the perspective of nation states, okay, and the cyclicality of not just you, but world events, the country, America, sovereignty, liberty, etc. So what's happening in this fourth turning? What is the agenda? What do these people want? People are like, Christopher, they? Who's they? Well, the most powerful people in the world, the people that pull the puppet strings, that determine how you live, that are setting up, in my opinion, a new feudal society, a commie society of which you own nothing. They squash individual liberty, and they are promoting and pushing collectivism here in the United States and every other once sovereign nation state. And so his book talks about the cyclicality of all this and how we're moving away from individual sovereignty as a human being, which, by the way, is traitorous and treasonous. If you are espousing that in the United States, that goes against our very basis of the Bill of Rights and Constitution. The whole country was built on the John Waynes and the Rambos of the world. It is based on individual freedom and liberty, not the collective and not the group at all. So if that is where your mind is at, you're actually anti-American. But he goes on to say, this is where we're headed, okay? And every 80, 90 years, there is a cycle before war. So we had, of course, the American Revolution. Then we had World War I. We had the Great Depression, World War II. And then what just happened the last few years, starting in 2020, which guesses what is going to happen next based on that precept or concept, another world war. And so he talks about how all this is moving in cycles, ladies and gentlemen, how we are moving to collectivism. Be safe, they say. Be safe, ladies and gentlemen. No, be safe means be obedient. It means do what you're told. It means shut up, okay? And it means don't have any real truth, any real freedom. They're even renaming, I don't know if you know this, they're renaming the John Wayne Airport back in Orange County, where I used to be from. It's too controversial. They're also attempting to tear down the George Washington statue at GWU, George Washington University, which I attended actually on a water polo scholarship back in the year 2000. In fact, if you look me up, I still have a couple records, especially with the 2-pointers. I started NCAA Division I as a freshman, and I think I had, I don't know, I only played a couple years over there, but I'm in the top 5, actually, record books with that. Kind of interesting factoid. And so we are moving to this entirely new agenda, the fourth turning of civilization. Well, here's what I'm getting at, because I'm going to deliver some bad news today. This is going to be like this for a long time, okay? It's only 2022. This new Great Depression, this engineered, planned wealth transfer, this hyper debt bubble that's about to collapse, everything they're doing to divide the American population so they can turn us into a feudal, collective society, which basically attempts to squash American liberty and freedom, is going to play out over the next 8 years, all the way to 2030. That's why they took the Guidestones down, guys. They've already told you what they're going to do. What is next is war. World War III. This is why they have postured and pivoted Vladimir Putin, the putty pie, right? Not the YouTuber, but Putin, right? The guy that supposedly has health issues, but still is doing just fine. Playing hockey, slamming vodka shots, taking no prisoners, kicking ass in Ukraine, chilling with his BFF, Mr. XI, out in China, taking the east and southern ports of Ukraine, now offering all Ukrainians that have now been conquered by Russia and reacclimated to the Russian Empire as it once was, historically. They're blaming him. They're setting him up for the scapegoat, for the fall guy. They're about to get rid of Joe Biden too, by the way. He's in the Middle East right now. There were some warnings put on that. They're about to get rid of him. They don't need him anymore. Joe Biden was just the empty vessel, ladies and gentlemen. He was the empty vessel so they could do what they just did. And then they'll dump him. They'll dump him, right? Even saw a report today. It was from the Pew, I think. Pew researched it. Most Americans don't trust their government. Most Americans don't think that American politics are trustworthy anymore. Don't think that their vote matters. Yeah, totally, bro. You're 100% right on that. And here's what pisses me off, right? I feel like that Family Guy episode. Here's what really gets my goat. Why does it seem like Americans are the weakest? I love America. I love you, my audience. You guys are the Rambos. You guys are the patriots out there. You guys are the warriors, right? But how come it is every other country, it seems, is fighting back? Like out in the Netherlands, they're dumping manure on government buildings right now because they're being told you're not allowed to have a job, and they've got to outlaw cow farts. So only the elites get to eat that sweet, sexy, tasty steak, and everyone else starves. So they go out and dump crap all over these government buildings. Canadian truckers, they're out there holding their grounds, peacefully demonstrating, doing what they need to do. Sri Lanka, they're taking over government palaces, chilling out and getting suntans in the president's pool, forcing change of governmental power. Yet for some reason, in the alleged Holy Land, here in the United States of America, based on freedom and liberty, Sam Adams, George Washington, and all these other patriots and American figures stand by, sit idly, do what they're told, cower, tremble, and teeth chatter, right? I'm not saying this is you. I'm saying in general, okay? And comply, because they would rather have the fake appearance of safety, comfort, and security, which does not exist at all. In fact, your obedience only assures your slavery. Your compliance only assures your danger, in my opinion. And no one out there, certainly not an American, a God-fearing American, should want to be safe. Freedom is dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, just like Maverick. Could you imagine if our founding fathers, when they signed their death warrant on the 1776 revolt, said, you know what, guys, I don't know about this. Let's be safe. Be safe, Thomas Jefferson. Be safe, Sam Adams. Be safe, Benjamin Franklin. Let's just let the king have his way with us. And you know, this is what Americans are doing, in my opinion. They're letting the king have their way. So it's a false sense of security. People thinking that, oh, just do what I'm told, shut up, bow down, cower, and don't look the king in the eye, that everything's going to be fine. No. This is a giant, pre-planned, engineered wealth transfer. None of it is a coincidence. It is not an accident that we are in inflation and hyperinflation in the United States at 9.1% June year over year. It is not a coincidence the whole world is erupting in protest, where the average cost of food and housing and energy is well above 50% of gross wages. It is not an accident, ladies and gentlemen, that they've created this geopolitical instability. And they're putting out PSAs from New York officials that say, hey, when the big one goes off, don't ask questions, stay safe, okay? And sign up for text messages so you know what to do next. Do what you're told when the nuke goes off. You can't even make this stuff up. So you need to understand, everything you've been told your entire life, it's a lie. The institutions that have been created on behalf of the elites for absolute and total control. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's about control. Keep the worker bees in check. Stick them in a box like they did with the 9-to-5 cubicles for years. Shut up, do what you're told, and as long as you do that, someday, if you're lucky, you know, you might get a gold Rolex or be able to retire. F that. F that. I've always seen that as a sham and a scam. And F the UBI, the Universal Basic Income. We and you should want the exact same darn thing that the elites have. Wealth, land, access, options, freedom. They all have it. Why shouldn't you? Did you see Jeff Bezos or the rest of these guys stop living their lives during the lockdowns the last 2 years? Heck no. They were out bouncing around in their space yachts, rubbing it in your face, buying more real estate, buying more land, buying more of the precious assets no one can no longer afford. They didn't stop. Why should you? Executives at all these tech companies were frolicking all over the world in their super yachts and their helicopters and their Learjets, burning those cow farts like nobody's business because they were on proper business, right? Yeah, only they can burn the cow farts, but not you. Now, most of you guys already know all this stuff, right? You know all this stuff. I'm not telling you necessarily anything new. Anything that you don't already know. But here's my proposition for you. What the heck are you gonna do about it? Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any solutions or answers? You know, I would suggest most of the people you're watching online right now, they might even have a similar point of view. It could be a little different from what I'm saying. They offer nothing. They're not building anything, no solutions. They're not gonna solve any problems. It's just, hey guys, stay tuned for the next episode. Like and share, and we'll tell you tomorrow how life's gonna suck over the next 10 years, leading up into the 2030 agenda in a complete wipeout of American freedom, liberty, sovereignty, and basically human awareness. But they don't do anything. So here's my point, don't let that be you. You know, for years, people have said things like, Christopher, what are you gonna do with all your millions, man? What are you gonna do with all your Bitcoin, Mr. Bitcoin King, huh? How about all them apples, Mr. Bitcoin Rich? What, do you think you're gonna take all that money to the grave with you, huh? You worshiping money? No. No, dude, money's just a tool. In fact, what I'm doing right now is worth more than $1 billion. How many people around the world would like to just be here and do this right now? See, I'm not waiting for a promise of the illusion that they sold. I always just live every single day of my life free, for free. And by the way, this doesn't cost anything, what I'm doing right now. But to address that question and that criticism, which is actually a question I would ask, is just speak about it very bluntly. I'm taking all my money and I'm putting it in an island project. I've actually built a friggin' solution, an actual freedom community a blockchain technology that's about to freaking 1000x and change your freaking life. Just spoke with my father this morning, John, and I gave him the green light. Finalize all the legal. It's done. We're live tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We already launched July 4th. The website's up, islandproject.com, but we go live tomorrow. Spoken with hundreds of you. Hundreds of you. My dad's personally had like 300 to 400 conversations over the last 4 or 5 months. So I want to take a moment to thank you. I want to thank you. I'm going to do a shout out for a couple people. Kyle Phillips, I love you, brother. You are a freedom fighter. Most importantly, you fear God. Thank you for the prayer that you gave me. That was awesome encouragement a week ago. Larry Killian, you're coming out. Hopefully I pronounced that last name correctly. You're coming out here to Maui. You'll be here, what, a couple of days. You rented one of my Jeeps, Godzilla. Thank you. You're a member of Island Project launch. Thank you. So many others. So many other names I'm missing, maybe mispronouncing, hopefully not. You know who you are. In fact, I just spoke with Merritt. I'll shout you out. Just give your first name, Merritt. But I was talking to Merritt, another brother in Christ. He's like, Christopher, just want to give you some encouragement, brother. I was talking to his wife as well because they're going to come out Maui at some point. He likes to spend time in Apili Bay. He's got a sailboat. He sails the whole world. And so he was telling me he's going to anchor it over there. And so when he comes, I'm going to go visit him. He's like, Christopher, I just want to provide you encouragement today because the encourager doesn't really seem to get a lot of encouragement. He says, what you're doing is awesome. He's like, Christopher, I've had my ups and downs my whole life. I've been rich to broke to rich again. And I'll tell you something, Christopher, you've been right about it all. I took your course in 2014, made millions, brother. Millions is what he said. And I'm like, cool. That's awesome, man. When does the sailboat show up? Because I'm ready to party, dude. So my point here is, I'm not saying this is going to happen to all of you. It's not. And not everybody's going to be along for this ride. Not everybody honestly has the guts to do what I'm about to do. So what are we doing? Well, I'm taking all my personal assets. I'm still holding a ton of crypto, a lot of Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, but I'm putting most of my net worth into Island Project. I've personally capitalized it because I believe in it. And this is the Magnus Opus digital Noah's Ark technology that no one else in the world can build but you. It's not about me. Praise God on this. God is going to build this for us, just like he built the ark when he instructed Noah. So as I sit, or rather stand, on this edge of a slippery slope, of a cliff, because it's my goal in life not to be safe, to be free, baby, to be dangerous, to live, to find joy, to do the big things, and not be afraid of what any government, any official, any banker, and any wanker tells me. I think for myself. All this real estate here, a lot of it. What do you think I've been doing the last couple years? This is an Island Project portfolio. What you're staring at is premier real estate, some of the best real estate in the world. Not just here, also upcountry, our bug out retreats, our ag land, an entire ecosystem, parallel economy community that owns that stuff, guys. Real assets, fractionally owned, where the little guy can get in. You don't have to be rich. You can wave to Jeff Bezos, say, hey, haha, we got a piece of the action too, BlackRock. We're not letting you screw us anymore. So this is what this concept is. This is what this freedom community is. This is what we're doing with Island Project. And there's a lot more information. Learn more about it. There's a promo code. This is brand new. I have not given this promo code away yet, ever. Promo code, Island Project. It's a special discount. If you enter right now, little link right here or here, okay, or in the official description of whatever platform you're watching this on, click it. There's an Island Project. It's an auto discount. It'll get you in. It's your last chance to get an Island Project. We go live tomorrow, guys. And unless you're a member, because this is not offered to the public, you ain't getting in. Now, I have had some questions. Well, Christopher, what happens, man? I don't got a lot of money, dude. Like, I'm broke. Like, the last couple of years sucked, or I lost my job. I'm not leaving you guys behind, okay? So just know that. I have complete and absolute discretion as sole individual manager of this project to make whatever decision I want, okay? So you're not going to be left behind. You want to be a part of this, If you just want to put in work equity, you're like, Christopher, I don't have any money, but I'm willing to work. Maybe you're a marketer, you're in sales, you're a builder, you're in construction, whatever you might want to do. If you tell me your story, join at school, and I'll consider you. I'm not going to leave you guys behind. For those of you that really want to get in, okay, it's not financial advice. Read my disclosures on my website. Can't promise anything, obviously. But I'm just telling you from the bottom of my heart, I ain't leaving any of you patriots behind. This is for you guys. I'm also building an island project for my brother, Cody. His wife and daughter are actually coming out to visit today. It's been brutal, you know, hard. For those of you who don't know, I lost my brother to cancer just about a month or two ago. I could sit around and wallow, you know, and woe is me, you know, have too many drinks and just, you know, think about the devastating loss. But, you know, I'm not going to do that because it's all good. My brother's with Christ. He told me before he died, he said, Christopher, be strong. He also told me to build the island project. So one thing that I'll never do is let my brother down. I'm building this for you. We're building this for our family. We're building this for America. We're building this for freedom fighters everywhere. By the way, this is international, okay? Our footprint is worldwide. The Isle Chain Network, just like Molokini over there, is a worldwide chain. Everyone that gets in to Island Project as a founder gets the blockchain launch, okay? Do you understand that? You get the first mover early bird advantage on the blockchain launch. People say, well, Christopher, how is real estate gonna 1000x? Because I've connected it to a blockchain. Do you not understand? I'm creating the largest liquidity event that we've ever seen in blockchainified real estate assets. No one's done this yet. No one. In a highly specialized material way that's building a parallel economy ecosystem. I mean, why do you think I bought all the Jeeps, guys? And by the way, we're completely sold out for July, but come visit. Our website is live for that as well, rentmauijeeps.com. That's rentmauijeeps.com with an S. You'll see we're sold out for July. Got a lot of you coming out for Island Project. That's why I built it. The Jeeps are for the Island Project members. It's a whole ecosystem. But we do have, I think, some availability in August, just a few cars. I've got 14 Jeeps, all high end. They're all loaded. A few of them are lifted in addition to having all the upgrades with stock and all that kind of stuff. So you should check that out. My point is, guys, what's the solution? How come everyone you listen to only offers problems, doesn't do anything? And by the way, where people are mostly struggling right now are financially, is in the financial arena. And that's going to continue. Do you think it's going to be easy in the next 8 years? What do you think is going to happen as we lead up to 2030, ladies and gentlemen? It ain't going to be easy, dude. This is going to be the hardest thing you've ever seen. They're going to squeeze everyone out. This is a planned economic financial collapse, World War III event, and it's an engineered wealth transfer so the elites take all your money and build a feudal society for themselves. What do you not understand about that, right? This is what they're doing, and they've largely already been successful. So with that, you know, if we look at the cycles of life, right, we're in the winter, okay? They call it the crypto winter. It's all seasonal, which is why you should be getting a now building, because we're going to take advantage of that. Island Project is, our community is, as we're entering the next bull market. The point is, and the optimism part of this, so I'd like to explain my view on that too, because there's good things that's going to come from this. Number one, God's in control. These people don't win. None of these evil vampires are going to be ultimately successful in the end. In addition to that, because this period of time leading into 2030 is so disruptive, you can actually make more money than you ever have in your entire life, but that window will close in the next few years. Look at crypto, for example. What are the regulators doing? They want to regulate everything now, right? They want to regulate everything now. They're wiping out a lot of these brokers and exchanges that are on a lot of debt and that don't have equity. Okay, they're letting those guys go down so that they can come in as saviors to introduce the new world reserve currency, the Chinese yuan, regulate everything so Goldman Sachs gets richer and richer and then buys all the crypto. I mean, that's what they're doing, guys. That's what they're doing. So here's my point. Even though what's happening sucks, even though we're truly fighting the evil empire, even though we're in a winter and we're going to be in this disruptive period of time, geographically worldwide, over the next 8 years or so, leading up to 2030. There's actually more opportunity than there's ever been. If you're smart, you pivot now. You join projects like Island Projects, you invest in yourself. Island Project's diversified worldwide too. People need to understand that. It's not just in Maui. Our flagship one is in Maui, where I showed you all those nice pieces of property and real estate, and also Oahu. But then we're moving aisle chain to aisle chain worldwide, and we're connecting that network, and we're geographically decentralizing ourselves. You'll have control over your private wallet, your own keys. You'll have monetary sovereignty. There's two components. One is the underlying asset that you own as a founder, non-fungible parcel. And then in addition to that, you've got the blockchain tech. Learn more, get in. Island Project is the promo code. I'll close with that and any other left ruminating thoughts that I might have as I take you on this epic view today. Very pretty. And I'll just leave you with the fact or the idea. How much time do you think you have? You think you got time to wait around, comply, stay safe? Again, I'm calling on the Rambos and the John Waynes to join us at Island Project, not the weaklings. And this goes for you men and women out there, you men and women. Not everyone's gonna make it. A lot of people are gonna do what they're told, shut up, and they're gonna listen, to the people in power screwing them because they're fearful and they don't have any other alternatives. Some people don't have all the options in the world. They're gonna comply and they're gonna get on their knees. Not us. We're standing for freedom and liberty. We're going to build and rebuild if necessary. We're going to create and build an entirely new system. It's called Island Project, and we're going to do it for our own private internal network and community. And no one's going to stop us. We're going to do the exact same darn thing that BlackRock, the billionaires, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Barack Obama, and others are doing. We're going to buy all the beachfront real estate. We're going to make sure you get in on the action, the highest appreciating asset in the world. And as inflation and hyperinflation continues to kick off, well, it will, because they ain't done with that, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't done with that at all. This is just a pause before they pump again. Big pump and dump by the Federal Reserve. They're the problem. The politicians are the problem. They created it. Okay, the banksters, they're the problem. These people are the problem. They created the supply shocks. They did the sanctions. They kept everyone in their house. They're the freaking problem. After they're done pausing for a little bit on this little we're bumping interest rates, they're going to pump this crap to the moon even more. Real assets like land, which Island Project owns, ag, which Island Project owns, luxury beachfront, coastal, oceanfront real estate, cash flow producing condos, okay? Fractional ownership is the first opportunity in the world where you guys own this fee simple. It's fee simple ownership. You own it. Is going to keep on appreciating and going higher and higher and higher and higher. In my opinion, not financial advice. Can't predict market conditions. Read my disclaimers and disclosures on my website. But it's where I'm putting all my money. It's literally where I'm putting all my money. I've capitalized the project myself, along with you. So I'll leave you with that. Again, stay dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, this is America. This is freedom. I'm Christopher Greene, islandproject.com. Link below. I want to see you there. And I love you, because at the end of the day, you don't have time. My brother thought he had more time. He didn't have more time. Every day you need to seize. Glory to God. I pray for his will. Lord Jesus, if it is your will, I command my obedience to you and your will, and I command you will do with Island Project as you see fit. On behalf of our amazing community, our subscribers, this worldwide network, our investors, and so much more. If it is your will, Lord, let it be done. I'm Christopher Greene, hard-hitting it in your face. Still one of the last John Wayne / Rambos left in this American compliance police state. And I ain't quitting until the air leaves these lungs. And I go to the glory to God if he'll have me. And I'll see my brother once again at the end of the road, at the end of the mountaintop, in the Holy Kingdom. And I'll remind you, for those of you suffering, and for those of you that feel you are last on this earth, keep the faith, because you're the first in the door in the kingdom, my friends. I love you. Jesus Christ is King. Link below, get in. Island Project. Last chance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Island Project, soon to be launched in Rip Maui Jeeps. I'll include information below. All of our members to Island Project are served our fleet of brand new 4x4s. And this, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Maverick, because this 2022 spanking new Gladiator V6 3.6 liter is not only as clean as a whistle, but it does flybys because it's dangerous, just like Maverick. So let me give you a tour of Maverick here, our 2022 Jeep Gladiator, and go over all the specs. Here we are in beautiful Maui, of course, serving the entire island. Again, links below. Here we have Maverick, absolutely stunning. A little bit of a rainy day today. I'll do kind of a roundabout here so you guys can see the car. Absolutely brand new. Jeep Gladiators are absolutely the most versatile vehicle, I believe, for the entire Hawaiian Islands. Perfect for off-roading. Okay, you can see here I'm right down at the beach, 4x4, and of course has all the cargo storage options that you're going to need right here to protect all of your gear, whether or not that's your kids' bikes, or you see the bicyclist there behind me, or it is your golf clubs. Let's take a look at the interior, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, all of this is completely turnkey. Leather seats. We also install the kiddo seats for you if you've got kids. So we take care of everything. Drop, private delivery to your residence, airport, and or hotel or place of lodging. We've got a separate set of controls right down here for the AC. And there is even a 400 watt, 115 AC outlet to power your laptop, as well as the USB devices down here. All right, let's go into the passenger seat here and I'll show you. Take a look here, beautiful Maui, Hawaii, just past McKenna. Absolutely sick. I've got Molokini right there. Of course, Island Project. And here you can see, absolutely luxurious. It's got the red stitching, very, very bold. Okay, we've got extra storage right here, storage down here. I've got some cleaning gear, extra cell phone. And if I turn this around, you can see here are the window knobs. Okay, so confusing for a lot of non-Jeep owners out there. This is how you bring up and down the windows. You got a 12-volt DC outlet, all your auxiliary ports here for charging your cell phone. Front plus rear and rear only off-roading options exclusive to Jeep. Also, let me show you, you can also go convertible top. So these come off here just like so, okay? And you can pop this off to get the sun and the rays. I like to do that quite a bit. And I'll come here to the other side, show you guys the driver's side. We'll go over some of the options. All right, let's come in here to the driver's side, start the car. There's a little bit of a push button right here. Start the engine. Okay, had a little bit of a sprinkle, turn off the radio. Actually, I'll show you how that works real quick. So it's got all the options here for you for your media, FM, AM dial. You've got your controls here for the AC, tuner, heat, cooling, everything that you're going to need. This is my favorite station actually in Maui. This is the Christian station. For those of you visiting, 100.7. You've got all your controls Right here, you can adjust the steering wheel. There's a little bit of a adjustable manual adjustment right here, as well as adjust the seats. Also, we put in these floor mats. You can see right down here, perfect for the sand, perfect for the beach, easy to clean. That way you're rugged, you're ready to go. Now again, links below for all the Island Project members. And in addition to that, our soon to be released website of our sister company, Rent Maui Jeeps. So for this Jeep and the host of other cars in our inventory, we've got a baker's dozen now, 13 Jeeps. We've got a Cadillac Escalade, the big one. It's the ESV. Plus I've got black Suburbans and also Mercedes Sprinter vans if you have larger groups. Those of you coming to the island. So we're exclusively serving Maui. For all of you tuning in, anybody paying a visit, and of course our Island Project members, as well as the general public with any other vehicles that we have available. I'd like to hear any questions, comments you have in the box below. And again, that's rentmauijeeps.com. You can also send us an email, which I'll include below, for our reservation. And once the website launches, you can of course book online very, very easily. So this is Maverick, and he's dangerous, the top gun of the Rent Maui Jeeps fleet, and of course, the Island Project. And we'll just do a little brief walk around here. You can see the beautiful view, and we'll close with that.